All right, everybody, the plan for today is we need to get the rest of the fabrication done on this wagon. I'm really hoping we can get it all finished. The reality is we've gone on way too long with this project and we've got to start moving on. Hopefully at some point this week we can have a big painting party where the boys will come over and we can just get it all done in one big go. The only concern that I have is that, you know, it's too hot today. So I had to retire the flannel, and just as Samson got all of his strength from his hair, I'm concerned that I might have a little bit of issue today, but hopefully it'll work out. All right, that's done. So I'm pretty happy with the way that all turned out. I don't know how much stronger it actually makes it, but it makes me feel better, and the only thing that matters in 2022 is feelings anyway. The next thing on the list of things that I have to figure out is I got to figure out some way that I can actually be able to strap things down to the wagon. Everything that we have really has to have multi-purposes in order for us to justify even having it in the first place. And so this wagon, although I'm wanting to move boulders primarily with it, and that's the reason why we're building it, well, overbuilding it the way that we are, the reality is that it's going to have to serve many purposes. Among those purposes, just generally moving things around, which again is going to require strapping, but also it's going to kind of become like a mobile platform for us to get a lot of work done around our property, such as setting fences and other things like that. So I want to develop a good way that I can actually get things strapped down, and also I want to make it to where I can actually be able to put side rails on the thing if I want to. So I've got some scrap steel left over, and I think I got an idea how I'm going to do that. So here we go. Yeah, I'm exhausted. Absolutely wore out. Whew. All right, so this is the idea. I am 32. I'm 33 now that I think about it. I'm not getting any younger. Even just doing this right here, I can already tell you that getting up the way that I have been is not going to work out. So really what I think I want to do is use some of the last bit of scrap steel that I have left over to kind of just make a single step, just to make getting up here a little bit easier, because I'm feeling it in my hips today. Sometimes I think I may be. Well, all right, that's the last bit of tube steel I've got. Well, crap. Didn't account for that. Do it later. Of course, the fact that I have my plate overrun with projects doesn't mean that I don't also have to complete my husband chores. I'll have to say, the seasons always come with a mixed bag of emotions. The winter is great because the grass dies, and that's one maintenance item off my list. But the fact that it stays wet throughout the season means projects are slow, if not impossible. The summer is great because the ground dries, for the most part, and I can get busy with progress. But we grow a jungle as I have to juggle adding another item to the weekly list. It's my goal to one day be able to enjoy mowing the grass like every other man. However, I'll have to say, At the moment, I hate it. At this point in my life, I'm one-minded, that is, for progress. Mowing the grass is a thing of maintenance, and maintenance isn't progress. So the next thing in wrapping this thing up is, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to get this step that I kind of started on the other night, see if I can get that mounted up there. The reality is, the other night I was wore out from welding for well over 10 hours, and so I really didn't want anything to do with it after I saw that I had mismeasured one little angle. So I'm going to get that fixed, and then Ethan's over here tonight. He's going to help me out. Hopefully we can get this thing painted while I'm welding this portion on, as well as capping off these little pieces here, just because of my OCD. He's gonna see if he can go around and start doing little things to kind of beautify a little bit. There's a few little snags here that are probably gonna be treacherous and probably slice our fingers open, so he's gonna work on cleaning all of that up, and then after that, hopefully we can kind of brush this thing down. As this project has taken way longer than we wanted it to, it's rained on it a few times, and so we've got a little bit of surface rust that we want to take off, and then hopefully we can paint it. What color do you think it'll be? I don't like that intro. Moving on. Yeah, with 95 degrees and 100% humidity, y'all are quite fortunate today. You get to see my ghostly pale legs. Huh?
Start it up. You start it back up.
All right, hopefully we can get a little bit of touch-up done on the rest of this paint. We got most of it done over that night that I had to paint overnight with a headlamp on, and then over the last few days, kind of in between rainstorms. So, of course, we got another rainstorm coming in. Hopefully we can get that part done and we can actually be completely finished with painting, which is the part I hate the most, and then we can get the wood done on this wagon. I mean, yeah, it's a giant wagon. What other color did you think it was gonna be? About it. So over the past few days, the heat index has been insane. It's been like 95 degrees, 100% humidity, feels like 105. It's just been absolutely miserable. It's been hard to breathe when you walk out. So we decided to do something crazy and try to get some rest throughout the day and then just stay up all night and get this project done. really all we have left is just to put wood on the thing. We've got to drill holes for these little flanges that we welded on, and once we get those through, we'll be able to mount the wood directly down to that with carriage bolts. So with all of that, I am fortunately enough not to be out here all by my lonesome. So now I actually have my lovely assistant. Come here, lovely assistant. So we get to actually work on this together tonight, so it's going to be great. On here like that, and just make sure that it's lined up with that little mark Specifically, it's a mag drill.
I was wondering how a hand drill was going to be able to do all that.
Yeah, that would be...
I figured it would destroy a drill.
Yeah, it would. It would break a ton of bits, or probably try to rip your arm off. Well, the sun's coming out, it's already getting hot, and I'm already getting irritated. So we're kind of having some trouble with some of this dimensional lumber, as it's not as dimensional as it's supposed to be. And so we're gonna essentially have to rip a few of these down to actually come out with the math that I had kind of calculated whenever we were kind of developing the idea for this trailer. But anyway, we're gonna take a break for the rest of the day since we've been up, you know, all night long, and we'll be back at it tonight. All right, let's get back to work. So just stand right here on this one, and the bolts, the drill's gonna come through here, so just. All right.
Come here, Melly. Come here. Come here, Melly. Look at her trying to get up here. You can do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My heart. I thought she was going to hurt herself. She tried real hard. Oh my gosh.
She did that on her own.
Crap.
Yep, she did that on her own.
Millie. Millie. Don't be so good girl. Don't be so good girl.
can't tell you all how nice it is to finally be able to walk up here without fear of falling through. This wood really makes a huge difference. If you all enjoyed this video, make sure you comment and do all the other things. Make sure you also subscribe, as we have a whole lot of updates coming and we're pretty excited about it.
And now she's gonna use her muscles to make some wood.
To make wood?
Yeah. To cut some wood.